Alright guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing a stroker motor episode 24 for the little green car. No, clear off decimal tenths. Been through this. You said you'd stay north of the wall. Alright, calm down. It's going anyway. Jeez. Sorry about that guys. Anyway, we're not putting a stroker motor in a Lupo. We're doing more race prep on the A3. So, one thing I've actually done whilst all this has been apart, I've lowered the splitter. So, over the last couple of years, the splitter has gradually come up and up and up. It's not really intentional, but I used to run the car on 17s in the narrow body, and I ran the splitter at about 65mm off the ground, and it was really good at that height. And then when we went to 18s, I had to bring the car up very slightly, and then when I went out to the narrow body to try and kind of gain back a bit of the handling characteristics that we lost by the poor scrub radius and stuff, I actually raised the car to try and gain a better roll centre. So I raised it further. Long and short of it, splitter ended up at about 90mm off the ground, which at that height is far less effective than it could be when it's lower down. So I've actually lowered the splitter about 20mm again. The way I've done that, I've actually got a little framework in here. It's pretty hard to see, but can't tell what you can see because of the light. Basically, I've got these little drop points here. I've got a brace kind of frame off the chassis rails that comes down with a crossbar that runs along here. What I've done, I've lowered all of this 20mm. Same on the sides, same at the back. So now my height that the air dam sits there to there, my old air dam was too small, so I've made a new one. Now, one of the other issues I've had ever since going wide body is with the arch in like that, you get a hell of a lot of airflow hitting the tyre, and that is absolutely terrible for aerodynamics. All the air that should be going around it is hitting the tyre and then getting dragged down and in and squashed under the car. Basically, it creates a hell of a lot of drag. I mean, you look at that huge frontal area of tyre being hit by the airflow. So I wanted to address that as well. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pop the air dam on, and you'll see the little side plates I've made up that address that too. Tell you what, give me 2 minutes. The light, really bright out here, really dark in here. One new air dam. Right, so that's the basic air dam fitted. What I'll do, before I bolt it all up, I'm going to show you what I've made. This all still needs bolting up, because when it's all bolted up it all sits pretty nicely. But what I've made is these closure panels here, which then bolt, that tapers out to the arch, and when the arch bolts down to there, and the arch sits out on there, it closes the wheel off from the airflow. Needs a bit of a clean down here to take the light away from it, but covers the wheel much better. Splitter much lower, around to the other side, exactly the same affair here. Still looks decent from this side, covers almost all of the tyre there now. So yeah, there she is, almost race ready. One of the last things I've got to do is refit a pull cord for the fire extinguisher. So I've had the power cord, that's always been on, but I've not run a cord on the fire extinguisher years because a couple of years back someone thought it would be funny to try and pull the cord when the car was parked on the road somewhere, and it bent the arm on the old fire extinguisher, so I've not run one. But now I'm going racing and the car never gets parked up on the road anywhere. I've got a new pull cord from Lifeline through Demon Tweaks, so time to try and get that on then. This is where the current one goes. It's a bit of a kinked line, but it's always worked fine for years. So that bolts through a 3mm steel plate to kind of spread the load. So I'm going to uncoil this, feed it through, pull it through on the inside of the car and connect it up to the extinguisher. So that's all fully pushed through at the front. Just got to screw that fitting on, pop it down like that, and do that up. so I'm going to put the camera down, get 2 hands and some spanners to do that. Right, so I fed that in, it's popped out in the footwell, under the front seat, and I've got it going back through here, and I've just got to keep on feeding that through now until it's in place in the front, bolted up, cut it to length, and then attach it to the fire marshal. The old bottle was getting on for 9 years old, so definitely beyond its test date, and Lifeline didn't want to re-inspect it due to the age. So brand new 4 litre fire marshal bottle's gone in as well. That's all done up, cables run through, cable stop on there, so when you pull on that now, it'll pull the fire extinguisher lever. So that's the pull cord on the fire system done. Right, next up, rear towing eyes. That wasn't part of the plan. It's already damaged, it's all good. Fairly frustrated at the moment. So the crash bar is held on with 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these have captive studs in that go into the chassis. That is one of them that's been attacked with mole grips. And as you can see, that is just spinning on me. So that is a massive pain in the ass. So 1, 2, 3, all spinning. So what I'm going to have to do is use my good old Parkside multi-tool with a plunge cutter to basically plunge cut in to try and cut them. Jesus. Right, after a lot of aggro, I've got that side off. So now just this side to try and persuade off, and hopefully, I don't know, I'm just going to pull beyond caring now. There we go. Absolute nightmare. Okay, so all the effort was actually worth it here. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. No, you probably won't. Try and show you on this side. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, you might see it there. If you look inside, you can just about see a little sort of hole. There you go. That is where the factory tow bar would mount, and it's a 10mm hole. So I'm going to put a 10mm bolt through there, and that's my towing eye point. Horrendous mess everywhere this afternoon. Been out here about an hour. I've had enough. I'm calling it a day, but I've got 2 symmetrical holes already in the car, so I know where they're going tomorrow. See you later. So with all that off, I'm just going to go washer onto there. It's a 12.9 grade M10 through chassis rail, and that is going to sit over it. Washer goes on the top, and then decent sized flange nut on the top of that, and then just got to do it up. All nicely positioned. I'm not going to leave any slack for these to rotate just because of where they are in the bumper, in the chassis leg. I don't think it's going to rotate much anyway. So that was nice and tight. That was done. Right, move over to the other side. This one might be a bit more tricky to get in, I'm not sure. Nope, not too bad actually. So that's that one in. Let me put that over. Washer on next. Get on. There we go. Try and get the nut on. There we go. On this side you've got an exhaust hanger. It's making access a little trickier. that is done. Perfect. Right, let's mark up the height from here down to where it is, and then that's what we'll measure down to for our bumper. That towing eye is dead in line with that corner of the bumper, which is nice. Actually says that it's about 10mm in. Okay, cool. And then height wise, I'll pull that out dead flat from the bottom of that trim to that hole, 240mm. So that's 240. We'll double check this side again. Again, it's basically in line with the corner of that, which is great. And when it's out nice and flat, bottom of that trim, about 240mm again. So we'll get the bumper on. No, not long enough. We'll get the bumper on again, measure down 240, centre, mark the hole either side. See where it ends up. Okay. That's about where she sits normally. So 410 up, 240 down from the boot, in line with those corners. There. There's our centre. So come over to this side, same sort of thing. 410 up, 240 down, which it is. And then just as a little double check from that bumper line, 40mm, 40mm again. So we'll mark that up, drill that, cut the slots out, feed them through, then we're done. That did not work so well. So, 2 holes, mark the top, mark the bottom. See if I can get that to go up and out there. Not the easiest. Might be easier to just take the bumper off. Well, that was easy. One rear towing eye, I guess. Actually, rather it's sat further in. But I might be able to persuade it. There you go, I could probably persuade it to sit like that. Just tuck that back in as well. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. And then when you need it, you just bosh, towing eye, done. 2 towing eyes, done. So I think that's about as much race prep as I can get done for now. All that's really left is push it back into the garage and go sit down and chill out and wait for the season to start. So cheers for hanging around this week with these extra few videos we've done whilst we're all in lockdown. Hope everyone's having fun and safe at home. And yeah, if you like the video, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. See ya.